Clap your hands, guys. Sing along. Oh, happy day when Jesus washed sins away.
This is hilarious, man. Guys, find a mushroom now.
Start? Yeah. I've got Basta and Akram and Rami with me. We're celebrating this wonderful Christmas Eve together.
You want to tell them what we were talking about?
Go ahead. What were we talking about? We're talking about a lot.
We were talking about how tough it is for the woman to be a mother, to like cook, clean, take kids to school, after school activities. It's like a full-time job, you know?
Yeah.
So do you want your woman, wife, partner to work and take care of the kids? Can she do both simultaneously?
I was saying you can be either a good mom or a good employee. So if you try to do both, you're gonna be shit at both at the same time. So why be shit at both when you can be good at one thing? And then it's up to her to choose what matters to her the most, her family or her career. So, or like having kids versus career, you know?
But now you're saying what matters to her most.
True.
What matters to you more? That's the because it's gonna come
To the
down to
man.
that. You know,
Yeah.
like what matters to you? Do you want her to choose this or that? Because you know, I understand the women who want to work and want to build their career and stuff, but honestly, we just cooked this meal and it was so tough, you know? Imagine doing this on a daily basis for a family.
Of at least 4.
Yeah, taking kids to school, dressing them up, picking them up from school. Okay, the man can help, of course. He can pick up his kids or drop them off or whatnot. I mean, there are things that women do better than men, and plus, like, we're so busy at our jobs too, you know, like. So it's tough. I don't know.
And not only that, help them with their homework, check like check like how they're doing in school. Did they study? Did they not study? Are they facing difficulty? Blah blah blah. All of this stuff.
I agree. Nolan, your 2 cents.
Well, I'm scared to even think about parenthood right now. I would say I would not rush into that at all.
Yeah,
That's fair.
it's not something you can rush into, either as a man or as a woman. But more so as a man because you know you have the burden of performance of providing more so than the woman, and also because of the woman having like you know a time schedule for like having babies and stuff like biologically.
I like for my woman to work, you know? That means that her brain is constantly active. We can have like an intellectual conversation about things. She knows the real world. But at the same time, you know, she's gonna be sacrificing the taking care of the kids part, which is also very important. So I think you have to put it on a scale and choose which is more important. And if I have to choose one of the two, them, it's tough, but I'll choose for her to raise the kids.
Mm.
Although it's very important to have like for your partner's brain to be like always active and like,
Yeah, but that can be active without having a job. That can be active just by reading, by doing creative stuff.
will she
Maybe
have time?
doing like a side hustle when the kids are at school. Okay, maybe like sell some
That's true.
dumb
That's true.
stuff.
That's true.
Sorry, sell some stuff online or whatever.
not OnlyFans. we're not
No. Sell some products online, like
Yeah, that's
handmade stuff, things like that. That can be a good thing. But the thing is, in my opinion, a woman shouldn't have to work for the man. Shouldn't have to work for her family. She should be able to choose to work or not. So the man needs to be at a certain level where she can safely decide to just stay home and the bills will be paid all the same.
Bro,
And then
wallahi.
her working will be like not mandatory, be elective for her.
That's the
Ideally.
ideal situation.
Ideally, yeah.
But wait till you get to the working world.
Yeah.
Man, one income is like it's a paycheck to paycheck for a family. It's
Yeah.
legitimately a paycheck to paycheck if you have
Depends
one
on what you
income.
do, though. I mean, how much.
But even though, like, even if you have kids, let's say you have kids,
Mm.
you think one income is gonna pay the mortgage, the bills, the cars, the insurances,
There are different factors. I mean.
the kids, their schools, their clothes, food for an entire family. Do you
don't
think
believe
one
it.
salary is gonna pay for all of those?
You don't
No
think
way.
so.
No way.
It's tough.
No
Well,
way.
if you're making, let's say, clearing 100,000 a year,
No way.
That's
No
no
way.
bro. Impossible.
Impossible.
100? 200 is impossible.
100 is barely enough for a single guy to live in a big city.
Yeah, like in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be comfortable as a single guy, maybe 175, 200.
As like a man with a family, how much do you need? Like 300?
Maybe.
But-
Total household income. So maybe like 150, 150.
Yeah.
Are we talking exclusively to living in Southern California, or
Well, I mean, this is
what
we
about
are
if we're in a
at the
different
moment.
state?
But you have to pay their school.
Mhm.
If you put them in a public school, it's different. But if you want to put them in a private school, that's a whole other thing. You have to pay for like their doctors' appointments,
Yeah.
all of this stuff, their medication, especially when they're young. Like I used to get sick all the time when I was young, so it's not easy,
Mm.
especially these early stages.
If I have to choose between the two paths, I'll choose for the woman to take care of the kids.
Yeah.
But what if?
But that means that I have to become like super successful and wealthy,
Mm.
in order to provide and facilitate to the family,
Mm.
What about being in this day and age where I can speak for a majority of women out there? They're career driven.
Mm.
How would you two go about managing that? You meet someone and she's very career focused. What do you do to turn her into a housewife?
There needs to be a conversation at the beginning that setting expectations regarding work and children. And if we're not on the same page from the very beginning, then it can't happen.
But do you know what makes things easier? Is let's say I'm working and she's working. The most ideal situation, I'm saying the most ideal situation, because I don't have my parents and my family here, is that let's say I'm at work and she's at work, it'll be the ideal for her family to take care of our kid while we're both working.
Mm.
You know?
Mm.
That's the ideal. Now, if she also doesn't have family, then we're gonna have to like do the nanny situation and daycares and all of that. Some people don't prefer it. I haven't experienced it to say it's good or bad, you know. I wouldn't know. You know, some people tell you, "Oh, I would never want my child to say, mommy," while they're with the nanny, you know, or like say their first word with the nanny. I don't know.
You want to be heavily involved in your
That's what a lot
children's
of
lives.
women say, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you. Like, you need to, ideally, in an ideal situation, you need to reach a certain level where she can afford to stay home without affecting, like, your bills and your.
So how many years of
Status.
work do you need to get there? You need years and
Years.
years of work to get to like.
And multiple streams of income, not just like one.
That's true. You need years and years to build this.
Yeah. It's not easy. Or you can move somewhere cheap, like small town in the Midwest, or like back to Lebanon, or whatever, or Cyprus, or whatever.
America's where it's at.
America's where it's at. America.
America. Probably gonna have people watching this from.
I'll go to Dallas. I'm okay. Dallas. I lived in Dallas for 2 years when I first landed in the U.S. I'm still a Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Cowboys fan. I like Dallas. I'll go back to Dallas.
I lived in Dallas for 3 months, and I hated it. Different.
Tell us
for
about your
different folks.
experience. Sure.
So I wasn't in Dallas. I was in Plano, which is 20 minutes north of Dallas, which is where Rami also was. And honestly, there's literally nothing. It's called Plano, which means plains, and literally everything you see is just plains and
Plain.
plains and plains.
It's all plain.
Yeah. I don't know. It was not what I'm used to. I'm used to like a big city and, you know, cars driving around all the time, people, etc. LA, all of that.
You can say
Yeah. Yeah, and it was like my life there was more like, so I was doing an internship there for like 3 months during the summer. I was going to work and then walking to the gym and then going back home and eating, and that's it. That was like 5 days a week. Then maybe on Friday or Saturday I go to like, you know, a bar or something in actual Dallas. But even the bars and like the nightlife there, I didn't really like it. It's very different from LA.
Are you able to compare the two?
LA is better. LA is better. Okay, so you have pros and cons. So pros for Dallas is it's clean, it's cheap, no income tax.
Gonna go back to D-Town, baby. You're convincing me.
Now
with all the pros right now.
Yeah, all the cons.
Okay, now I'll get to the cons.
Exactly. Distances. Everything is very far away. Like in LA, I can survive without a car. I don't have a car in LA. I can survive. In Dallas, there's no way. And what else? What's another con? The life is just not the same. No, it's not like a bustling city. You know.
And you like that?
I'm gonna stay.
I like that. Yeah. What else? Con. Another con. Can I say this? Can I say this?
You say whatever you like.
Girls aren't as hot.
In Texas?
In Dallas, yeah.
Surprising. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys have the hottest cheerleaders. That's a known fact.
Well, yeah, but they hire them. Like, it's not like
That's
Dallas born and raised. Maybe they're from
But you
somewhere
don't,
else.
but you don't think there were like hotter Texan women than California? I mean, they're both hot. Let's.
Yeah.
But okay, there's one thing that we talk about is that
The weather is bad there. No beach.
one thing that we talk about is that here it's very liberal, while there it's
Yeah.
more conservative.
Yeah.
And to a certain extent,
Yeah.
we tend to shift a little bit more like conservative values and traditional values than like
You know,
liberals
all,
here. You
all
know?
the other progressive stuff.
Yeah, all the stuff that's happening here.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I mean, what's happening here with all the stuff, you know, that blue wave.
You share your opinions on that.
Yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough, you know. It's like we live in this rainbow city right now. Everywhere you go, it's a rainbow flag. All this pronouns and the trans movement, and you know the funniest thing is like when it comes to sports, you know, like men and women competing in like these sports and what else? No.
Well, I had a video. I have a video on the channel where I discussed gender identity and topics of the like, and I got a lot of angry,
Backlash?
a lot of backlash due to that. So, fortunately, a lot of people are sensitive to that subject. And
What
should
were
be.
your thoughts? Like, why did you get the backlash? What did you?
Oh, because
say?
I disagree with it. I disagree with all of that shit.
Yeah.
So what he said won't get you cancelled.
No,
Okay.
I shouldn't. I mean, to me, it's a mental illness. A lot of people.
But do you know
Don't
there,
like to
there
hear
are
that,
some
but-
doctors that say that, and I was talking to a doctor not long ago. He was telling me that there are people who are legitimately born as a female in a male body. You know, but it's very few cases.
Mm.
It's
But that's
very seldom.
abnormal, though. So you can call it an illness, a mental illness,
Yeah.
right?
But I mean, if this is how God created you, just stay that way. Why do you want to like do all these
Fight it.
surgeries and?
The problem is they don't believe in God.
That, yes, and because their argument is that is not who they are.
But
I am
what do
supposed
you
to
mean
be-
that's not how who I am? That's how God created you. This is how. But with
They don't
how
agree with it.
with how you're made, you have a purpose in this life. With how you're made, with your DNA structure, you have a purpose with that in life. You know. Now you're changing it. So you're changing the purpose that you're originally sent to fulfill in this life.
That's true. I agree with you. I agree with you. It's just that they're operating from a different premise. They don't believe God created you like this. They don't believe in a God at all. Or you can argue that they believe that this flag is their God in a way, because of how they
This
like
trans
defended
flag.
the entire thing. Not just
Because you
this
know,
one flag.
trans has a flag.
Yeah,
And
true.
LGBTQ plus has a
Yeah,
flag.
yeah.
The trans flag is like light blue, pink,
Yeah.
white, pink, light blue, or something.
I'm seeing it.
I've seen it
Yeah.
from like some of these dating apps. That's how I know
Yeah.
what it is.
It's all over. And women now, females are so tough. They're masculine. They are men. They are becoming men. I mean, I see on these.
So you don't think it's also the opposite way?
True.
Men
we're
are
becoming feminine.
Exactly.
We're becoming weaker
Yeah.
compared to females.
Yeah, and the biggest
And-
example is like construction workers. You know, you don't find them as much.
Females
sport-
in construction.
No, men like the
Oh.
hard labor stuff. You
Mm.
know, it's hard to find like good
Hard-working men.
carpenters
Yeah.
or like plumbers, electricians, etc. And what else? In sports, back then they used to tackle and
Mm.
push and shove. Now every touch is a foul. It's losing its physicality.
And here's an observation. What the gym I work out at, and probably where you guys work out too, you see females lifting heavy weights like men. They're lifting heavier, doing squats and deadlifts, lifting weights heavier than what men are lifting.
But that's kind of a biased sample because you have to equate for like time in the gym. So like a girl who's been working out for like 2 years and a guy who's been working out for 2 years, like where's their progress relative to each other? I'm sure the guy will be like lifting heavier, but I think you're just comparing these girls to guys who are beginners.
Okay.
But yeah, in general, like I see where I work out, I see guys lifting more weights, but it's not all guys, of course, and not all girls are lifting heavy weights. Some girls just
They're getting started.
do the bare minimum.
Yes.
Some guys also just do the bare minimum.
Oh, do you know what? Oh, okay. Now that we're talking about the gym, when I'm at the gym, sometimes I tell myself that, seeing women at the gym is one of the best sceneries out there.
It's so distracting, isn't it?
It's so great, seeing her with the tights and with the shorts, and seeing some skin and stuff.
And they're showing it off. I
and
believe
they-
they're doing it intentionally.
You have
They know
these-
they love the attention. They know
They
they're
love
getting
They have
it.
these new leggings or shorts or yoga pants that go inside their.
What's the word? Camel
Their asses,
camel
okay.
toes. They got their camel toes.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
another.
that's another.
We can be explicit.
We
It's
love
fine.
them camel toes. Keep them coming.
Keep going, guys. This is good content.
Yeah, so sometimes when I'm at the gym, man. Okay, of course I'm so focused on my workout.
Good.
It's okay. One thing for the viewers, and this is a very important tip for everybody who goes to the gym. When you're at the gym, reduce as much as you can looking at your phone. Avoid it to the most extreme extent. Don't look at your phone. The message can wait, Instagram can wait. If you just focus on your workout and forget your phone for 2 hours, you will get so much more from your workout. And this is just a tip for anybody who goes to the gym. Anyways.
That's great.
Yeah. So when I'm at the gym, I'm so focused on my workout. But of course,
Distractions.
the bulb of my eye is
You got your
looking
eagle vision.
It's left and right,
Yeah.
And it's my right. It's my right to look.
Oh,
I mean, this is how they're she's
That's what they
presenting herself.
Yeah.
The reaction is
You're
for
gonna
me to look and drool and. No, I'm joking, but I'm looking.
Everyone.
He's
is
keeping
looking.
his options open.
I'm looking.
Right?
We're all
Oh,
looking.
No, I'm looking at the woman at the gym, and I'm looking also for
A wife.
a partner or a girlfriend or something. Yeah, I'm looking at both.
Ladies, he's
Which-
single.
We should.
Ladies,
We
we're all
all
single.
We should talk about that. We should talk about exclusivity and how women, when a female likes you, she's going to want to try to tie you down. She's not going to want you talking to other females.
Yeah.
You guys have thoughts you want to expand on with that?
I mean, don't. Every woman will try to get commitment out of you first before she gives you anything else like sex, and she's gonna try to get commitment early from you. But you as a man should not fall for this trap. Yes, it's a trap, because your job as a man is to vet her properly, whether she's a good candidate for a long-term relationship or not. And that vetting process should be 6 months to a year at least. You can't commit your whole life to someone after just meeting them for 2-3 months. That's a very bad decision. It's kind of like a business deal that you just read briefly and then okay, you agreed to.
Sign the contract.
Yeah. So it's
Without researching it. But we were talking about this yesterday. Basil and I were here at Rami's, and we had this discussion. We brought up 2 females that we know, and one is a hip hop dancer. The other one, she's a model. in New York.
Mm.
All right. Now, we were talking about how that could be a red flag if there's a female that you're interested in and she does that, something along those lines. But she's very attractive physically, but we all agree that's a red flag. Why so, guys? How so?
Because I think as a man you make assumptions, right? So if you see something, like you extrapolate to other things. Like for example, okay, she's wearing like this crop top, whatever, dancing, etc., showing her body. She has a nice body, etc., whatever. And like you start thinking, okay, like this, she's okay with showing skin, and then that means
She's getting free attention.
she's okay with this, and then she might be okay with this because there's a little bit of a correlation between the two. Then you start like doing all these generalizations, but they're justified because they're based on statistical experience, like actual numbers and actual things that people have experienced before. Like I think that some stereotypes, not all stereotypes, okay, some stereotypes exist because of statistical correlation between one thing and another or multiple things. So that's why we say that, okay, she's doing this, okay, that might be a red flag. She might not be a good candidate for a serious relationship.
But this red flag that we have, that we expressed, can be a green flag for someone else.
True.
you
But
know?
she's putting herself out to many guys.
I mean,
that are
if
gonna
she's
want
in
her.
front of the camera, that's fine, But for the thing that I see is that the job that we do, the education that we got, the field that we're in, like I'm in engineering and he's in
I'm in
engineering.
engineering.
You were insurance and trucking. So what we do is far from like the entertainment industry, It's like we're far,
We're not
That's why
familiar.
maybe we see it as a red flag. But if there's someone who's in the entertainment industry, he will have a different view on it,
Yeah. Yeah, it's all perspective. It depends on the person.
So you think you could find a female that's in that line of work that you can take seriously?
Which line?
Entertainment, an actress, a model,
Like she okay. So by that you
a
mean
singer.
by that you mean she is showing herself in public,
In public, yeah.
and she is recognized by some people in a
Yes.
certain field.
Mm-hmm.
There exists people, like there exist girls that you can take seriously, but it depends. It depends.
I would say if she is okay with both of us becoming on camera, like introducing me to her life, maybe we're like converging, but if she's doing her thing and I'm just
And keeping you out of it.
and I'm just going to my office, coming back and being at home and just living that life, while she's like in her different world,
Uh-huh.
there's no convergence,
That can cause a problem.
So it will diverge.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Cause I know there's this Indian couple. They're famous. I mean, the girl sings and the guy does jokes behind the camera.
Mm.
I mean, she's the one who's always
At the forefront.
at the forefront, but he's in the mix somehow, which makes it.
She's the center of attention.
She is, but he also contributes,
Mhm.
like he's out there too, It's not like,
And they make it work.
and they make it work, That's while I also have my thing going on, that's fair.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting. What else you guys want to add?
But I think that once some people might not agree with this, but once a girl gets a certain amount of attention, once she reaches certain levels of
It'll mess with her head.
yeah, certain levels of like clout or fame or like being well known or recognized, she will deal with guys that are on the same level as her or higher. So that means guys who are
Doing what she
just
does.
as famous as her or more, guys that are more well connected than her in her industry, you know, etc. And that means that her standards will become higher and higher and higher. And these guys that she's dealing with, they have a lot of options because they're very well known, etc. So will they choose to settle? Probably not. So they might just be, you know, like dating her casually without like telling her that it's not serious, then breaking up with her if like she doesn't like where this is going, there's no commitment after a while, and then she will like her whole mindset and her whole standards shift, and like she doesn't want to deal with guys that are below her level, and she'll only start dealing with like these type of guys and try to get the commitment out of them. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just my opinion.
Yeah. And you
About
about that, like or
Hypergamy.
what you said.
Basically hypergamy.
what's hypergamy?
Okay, hypergamy is the tendency for women to date. It's not just women. Is it? Okay. Let's
It's
say.
correlated to female
Yeah,
nature.
yeah. The tendency for women to date guys who are on her level or above. In terms of like everything, like attractiveness, money, status.
I think that comes down to the man. Do you want to date a woman who's above you? If you're okay with it, he's gonna do it. If you're not okay with it, you're not okay.
Men
Are guys
yeah.
okay with that?
Men are okay with that, but the thing is, the woman is not okay. Won't be okay with dating a guy that she
Below her.
views as below her.
Yeah. I could agree with that.
Like
She'll probably reject that.
Like let's say
Okay.
she's a lawyer in New York. She makes 250K. Is she gonna date some
So-
guy who makes 50K a year?
So,
Probably not.
will he be okay with it? If he's okay with it, he's gonna accept the fact that in this relationship, she's the captain.
But she won't even give him a relationship because those are requirements.
Oh,
for
well,
her.
no. Wait, I
There
thought I
are
was-
some women who enjoy being the alpha in the relationship, while the man is the beta. She will feel like she has more freedom,
Yeah.
control.
control.
But does that last? It doesn't last because
It depends on the man.
She's gonna hurt
if
the guy.
eventually she will go back to her feminine nature, right? And that feminine nature is like that feminine nature will want her to be like nurturing and not the breadwinner, and you know, have someone provide for her.
I think
She could
that,
regret that later on.
I think that worked maybe before the feminism movement, you know?
Yeah.
Now, you have women who are more aggressive than men. We were just talking
Yeah,
about
yes,
this, you
yes.
know? You have women who are more go-getters than some men, you know?
But who do they
but
date?
guys don't care what women do, what their careers are,
Yeah.
what their educational backgrounds are. It's the females that tend to look at
Yeah.
what guys have.
Yeah.
So a guy, yeah, I take back. What
I think,
said earlier.
you know, I don't fully agree. I think men consider what the woman's educational background
Well, you're
is.
like that.
Some men
you're
do.
like that.
Yeah.
I am like that.
Yeah.
Okay, tell
I am
us,
like that
elaborate.
too.
You are.
Yeah.
You care about that. Okay. Oh, that's a cat outside.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, go ahead and,
No.
and share your thoughts on that.
I think it's important for, and this is just for me, you know? I would like for my woman to be educated, to have travel, to know the world, to know like, to have a good like knowledge of life experiences, different cultures, maybe exposed to different languages. Like, you want to have like an intellectual, constructive conversation with your wife. You know, I don't want to like ask her a question and she'll go like, "Oh, I don't know," and you'll have to explain. "Oh, I don't know," you'll have to explain.
Yeah, but does she have to be educated to know whatever topic you're discussing? I mean, she doesn't have to be.
Well, she has to be well read,
Well versed. She
informed.
can do well versed, but you don't need an education for that to be well versed.
Okay, that's an argument, you know. If you ask me what I personally prefer,
Is that
it's because I went that route, you
Yeah.
know, of like
you're educated?
the regular go to school, learn this and this, you know, graduate, get a degree, you know, that's the route that I went.
Mhm.
If you ask me personally, that's what I would prefer, you know,
But
because
if you
I
didn't go that
relate
route, you
to
probably
it.
think differently.
Because I relate to it, you know.
Yeah.
But if somebody else who didn't go that route, you know, he will relate to this other alternative
Like me.
route.
Yeah.
I think.
You know,
Yeah.
okay, sorry. We're looking to have a partner from our community just so we can like be still grounded within our community because of all the similarities that we share, you know? Just like when you find a partner, you want someone who share like same similarities, background, you know, to a certain extent. So
I think for me, it's more about I want someone who knows the value of suffering. What does that mean? That means like I went through a lot of, stuff like in my career, as you can say. I'm in academia right now. So I want someone who knows what it's like to actually grind hard for a degree or grind hard for a master's degree, or even if she knows what it's like to grind hard for a PhD degree, even better.
Wait,
Because
but do women grind hard for their degrees, or do they get it handed to them?
Some of them do. Some
They
of
get
them-
support from their parents. They don't pay rent. They live at home with mom and dad.
That's
Well, you
probably
know
the
what?
Their
subset.
parents give them an allowance.
we did
That's
too,
probably-
we did
that's an
too.
argument.
Yeah,
we
but-
did
but-
too.
But
we did
you got
too.
help?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
You can
I
admit
wasn't
it, it's
in
fine.
that. I
Like
wasn't in that
tuition
in college.
and rent. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it from my
Okay.
parents.
Me too.
I'm being honest.
Me too, and I'm blessed.
That's
to have,
great if you can
Yeah,
have that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Not everybody is blessed to
No,
have
not
it.
everyone.
And
Yeah.
to those who don't, like, I legit salute you and salute your like dedication, commitment, and hustle to make
Yeah.
it happen. You know, I was fortunate,
Yes,
Blessed.
me too. Me too.
blessed.
Yeah.
You know.
Me too. But the thing is, I want someone I didn't go through like having tuition trouble or rent trouble, but we still grinded hard to get our degrees, and get back to the camera.
Yeah.
And I prefer someone who understands the value of that suffering. It doesn't matter if it's in engineering or in science, or I prefer if it's in something scientific, but it doesn't matter. You can do it in business, in finance, in marketing, whatever. No, well, probably not marketing, but in like something that's actually hard, and you have actually suffered to get that degree, so that you understand that life. Because for me, life is about suffering, but choosing something worth suffering for. And I want someone who's on the same page as me, because that person will understand that, I want to build something big in my life, so I will have to suffer, and she will have to suffer a little bit too, because I probably won't be spending as much time with her as I should. So I want someone who understands that I'm building something for both of us. So don't think about, right now he's not spending time with me, blah blah blah, etc. Because the rewards are at the end of the road. So
You
yeah,
know, I think in life we all go through ups and downs. downs, ups and
Yeah.
downs, you know? We all suffer somehow and we all get rewarded somehow. You know? God's not gonna give you everything, you know?
Yeah.
He's gonna take from here and give you from there, you know?
But don't you think that's a self-limiting belief? Like-
what?
This thing that God will not give you everything.
No. I think it's the truth.
Yeah, I mean, you can't always get exactly everything you want. And yeah, you're right. Like, for example, you can wish for some things to happen, but these things didn't happen. And then in retrospect, you think, okay, it's good that it didn't happen because it taught me X, Y, Z.
That's
Right?
true.
Yeah.
You know, the day that I got my green card, the day that I got it, I walked outside, I stepped outside so I can take like a very deep breath. Finally, you know, as soon as I walked outside, I saw my car and there's a ticket. You know? I'm not joking, you know? I'm like, fuck, like
Parking ticket?
Yeah, parking ticket. I'm like, I came out to celebrate and to take such a deep, fresh air of satisfaction, and I saw a parking ticket on my car for like
Oh,
$68. You know, I'm like, you know, it's like he gives you from here and he takes
He's
from
from
there.
there.
You know,
Yeah.
I swear, that's how it is.
True that.
I swear.
Wait, parking ticket. You're parked right outside your house.
Yeah, but there's street sweeping.
Oh,
It was a
darn.
Monday, yeah.
Street sweeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird rules in the US. But
So that's an example, and you have like a lot of like people who don't have money who are very happy with some things.
Yeah.
People who have money who are very disappointed about some things. You know, you're not gonna get it all your way. You know.
yeah, yeah,
That's what I meant.
yeah,
to
yeah,
understand,
yeah. You're right.
you know?
You're right. You're right. Yeah. What do you think?
No, I could agree with that statement. I've definitely lived through it. I know it to be true, based on my life experiences.
Yeah, that's good.
So whenever somebody goes through something negative or feels down or anything, don't hold it for too long, because in the next few days or hours or something positive is gonna come that's gonna like alter your mood, you know?
Yes.
So don't take things like super deeply, because in the next hours, days, or in your next step, you know, something different's gonna come your way.
Yeah, you can't have the good without the bad. They both balance it. You can't even tell that you're at a peak if there were no troughs. So
That's true.
the yin and the yang.
This has turned out to be a good video.
I agree.
Yeah.
We're talking and we're like stuffed with food, FYI, you know? We're like stuffed.
We just spent like an hour and a half cooking,
Yeah.
mostly him
And half an hour.
eating.
No, it's great to get together and have experiences like this.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Agree.
It is.
Agree. Oh God. But you know, I kind of like the background with like the lion in the
Yeah,
back,
it's so
you
good.
know?
Mhm.
We have to like, I think this should be like the
Decent.
background, you know?
Yes.
Put like something to decorate, like something, and that's it, you know?
Mhm.
You don't need anything else.
No, keep it simple, you know.
Put some LEDs.
Yeah, some LEDs and stuff, and that's it. You know?
Some
It's
mics.
perfect.
You want to make a small studio space here?
I mean, I think that's great, ain't it?
Yeah. We've talked about it before, actually.
Unreleased episodes.
Yeah.
Talking about our
Our plans.
experience
Yeah.
with like truths.
This community.
This
that we
community.
love.
This
Dude,
community.
we can talk. I mean,
No,
guys
you
can
don't want
talk-
to mix too much things.
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
like-
We discussed a lot of things.
We can break it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys say we walk off this food?
I'm down.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
We like to walk around the neighborhood here from time to time.
So should we do like
You ready?
cheers for the dinner episode for us getting
Cheers.
together? Cheers.
We hope all of you have enjoyed your Christmas Eve or are enjoying your Christmas Eve. And yeah, when you're ready, we can clean up the table and get ready to head out.
Let's do it.
Perfect. Thanks for
Thank
watching.
you for tuning in.
Man, the good thing here is that you can see stars more than in downtown LA.
انت بالجبل هون لو بتشوف هون السانسيت والفيو
إيه.
الشمس السما بتصير روز وموف
إيه.
هون
Hey, wow.
اللي مضوع فوقهم كل هالصف كله It's a new village that they are building.
Wow.
I think they're
Residential.
خلصوا شي 60-70%. I always drive there just to see what's happening.
You like
the jacket.
It's like yours, but suede.
Yeah. أيوة.
I love that style.
Thanks.
Bomber jackets.
Yeah, bro. And there's less light pollution here. You can see more.
صراحة يعني
It's like Dallas.
Look what I noticed. All the trees on this side are green. And all the trees on this side are brown.
أيوة.
كيف؟
I don't know.
لما بتشوف بنهار وبتسوق هيك
It's probably a different type of tree.
كيف؟ أو لا؟
It's probably a different type of tree. Could be. But maybe one type like gets yellow quicker. And one type is more and one type is more resilient. We don't know.
You maybe guys.
Hey, by the way, I think yeah, like the leaves look different.
Bro, that's a 10 out of 10 observation. That's a 10 out of 10 observation. That is, there are different trees.
Holy
أيه
shit.
بهالحين. إيه.
Okay, we're gonna go to people's houses and we're gonna knock on their doors, and then when they open, we're gonna sing Christmas carols.
You can see from the window they're having dinner as a family. You see,
Nice.
they're sitting down, having
Don't
dinner.
film them.
Yeah.
Don't film them.
No, I won't. I won't.
So let's see who's like which families having dinner.
Here, watch out, guys. We're in the middle of the street.
Yeah, he has all the other lane too.
Yeah.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day
You gave it away.
this year to save me from tears. I'll give it to someone special.
ليش هيدا ليش عم بتصور الفاضي بالفيسبوك؟ It's been here for months and months. It's been